Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here. Get ready for Gnosis. Well, the second book from Mark Sloan on cancer is a fantastic guide. I've never heard better information than this. It's called Cancer, the Metabolic Disease Unraveled. And I must emphasize that I have a link down below. Everybody should buy this book. It's only $3. This will give you cure after cure. These are actually testimonials from different people of the ways that they actually were able to treat their cancer. And it gives you one technique after another. So this isn't a theoretical book, even though he does talk about so many other things there. It's just mind-blowing of what simple items a lot of people use to actually take care of their cancer problem. It is mind-boggling. Now, cancer is one of the most profitable things that the medical mafia works with. The criminal industry, called the medical industry, with their criminal pharmaceutical people and their criminal doctors, are really an insult to mankind, that we've allowed ourselves to be exploited in our most vulnerable areas, when our family is dying, when we're dying, when our pets are dying, when your parents are dying. They come and manipulate you. And of course, you're going to say, well, I don't want to pay for daddy's medical. Let him die. Well, the bottom line is that who's going to do that? So there is no price high enough to do that. So what happens is that ultimately insurance companies or the state picks up hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of bills from fraudulent practices that all these physicians, surgeons do, etc. And of course, one of them is the $1 trillion, and it's $1 trillion, people, cancer industry. And their outrageously expensive, worthless treatments, their worthless drugs, and their lack of progression into doing anything with cancer. And that goes with pretty much everything the medical industry has done. After all, they can't cure dandruff. They can't cure acne. They can't cure anything, or don't want to. There's been lots of cures and lots of alternative medical treatments, and those people have been either murdered or persecuted or kind of beaten to the ground. If they're doctors, they destroy them. If they're individuals, they go out, actually murder them. The medical industry is controlled by a bunch of organized criminals, and many doctors, I allege, are supplying drugs to organized crime, of course, with the help of the police department. I have seen it personally. These are the people you expect to cure you? There's a price for being cured, and what is that price? Everything you own, and it doesn't work. Very few people are ever cured of cancer, if you can even call it that. Nobody is really cured. There is no cures. This is all lies and deceptions that are perpetrated on the public to con you out of your money, plain and simple. There is no money in cures. There's only money in treatments. And this is the kind of unbelievably disgusting things that are being done today to the American public. Do you know you have no right in any hospital if your family is dying? Try and get a patient to move. Nobody will take them. Try and go in there and get alternative treatments. I wanted to bring a person, an acupuncturist in, who volunteered. Thank that person who had the courage to go into a person who was in critical condition to try and perk them out of it after their doctors murdered them. Surgeons murder people all the time. So this is a reality out there. Here's something that gives you a fighting chance, and there's nothing here that costs a lot of money. If you think that expensive pills are going to cure you, well, go to your local graveyard. There's all the people that spent a fortune for cures. They're all there, 6 feet underground. This is an evil that must be stopped. Everyone needs to get Mark Sloan's, both of his books. And he has several other ones I highly recommend. Make sure you use my link and you get down there so I can keep the message going as well. These couldn't be any cheaper. $3 to get life-saving information that I can guarantee you're going to use this. Is there anybody out there who can say that they haven't had a person they know that doesn't have cancer, that isn't being painfully wasting away, and either can't afford treatments or they don't work? You're going to use this book. Get it. Give it to everybody. Get it out there. We need to stop this evil now. And here's a person who's lost his mother at 12 years old. This is a doctor's murdered her, is what it comes down to, by refusing to be involved in treatments that work, allowing the criminal pharmaceutical industry, which, by the way, are mostly German, which ought to tell you where the Nazis come from. These psychopathic Germans who are putting out all this kind of toxic drugs to exploit you. You know, these are the same people like Bayer, you know, like Bayer aspirin, the Bayer company. Well, he's the guy that invented all the poison gases. Isn't that nice? Yeah, get the little pants on. This is the kind of evil that is out there. And doctors are involved in all this, and they refuse to stand up and do anything, as well as feeding criminals illegal narcotics. It's happening every day, people. Get out there, change things. Let's start not going to these criminal doctors and getting their horrible surgeries that don't work and their poisons in your body. Let's start finding ways that have been pioneered by many and proven to work over the years that are out there. This guy gives you many of them. This book is the best $3 you'll ever spend. The bottom line is that isn't even a cup of coffee at Starbucks, is it? You should have this, and everybody else should. And everybody should buy their own copy. This guy needs to be supported so he comes out with more and more information. It's critical that we get past this. How is a society going to prosper and be balanced if everybody is ill? This is the evil that we can stamp out regardless of where you're coming from, regardless of your sex, your nationality, your race. Let's all get together and stomp out cancer.